Hi everyone. Welcome to week 5 of our Composition 1 class. I don't know about you, but it's a little bit hard to believe that we're already 5 weeks into the class. Things are going by very quickly, at least on my end. Tonight, Sunday, you'll be turning in your final draft of Writing Project 1. So if you watch this video today, don't forget to submit that assignment. It will probably take me a week, maybe a little bit longer, to grade those papers. And if you end up not liking the grade that you get, you will be able to revise your paper for a higher score. So don't stress out about the final draft too much. You will have a chance to improve your grade if you would like. This week, we're going to start working on our second writing project, which asks you to analyze media images through the lens of someone else's ideas. You'll get started this week by watching several videos. Please watch them carefully. It's important to develop a good working knowledge of their content since you'll be applying ideas from those videos to your own writing in Writing Project 2. Our new writing project asks you to analyze images using what is called a lens text. So what are lens texts? Lens texts are written works, videos, audio recordings, speeches. They can be pretty much anything. For this project, we'll be using videos. And what lens texts do is they provide a conceptual framework to help us see things in new ways and allow us to read, write, and analyze more critically. For Writing Project 2, we'll use the work of media scholars as our lenses to help us notice new things about the everyday images that surround us. So to think of lenses in another way, lots of things use lenses like glasses, contacts are lenses, telescopes, microscopes, even sunglasses. And what all of those things do is they enhance our vision in some way. They let us view things that are very far away, or they let us view things zoomed in. For those of us who need glasses, they correct our vision. And so that is, metaphorically what a lens text does. It helps us view something better, or helps us view something in a different way. The description of Writing Project 2 can be found in the Writing Projects tab on the left side of the screen. So over here, you'll see this tab that says Writing Projects. All of the information you need about the assignment is there. I would go ahead and read that assignment description. And be sure to watch the video intro that goes along with the project description as well. Once you have read the assignment description and watched the video, you can move on to task 5.2. In task 5.2, you have some readings from your textbook. I would like you to read just one chapter this week, chapter 11, Analyzing Texts. And as a tip, if you'd like, you can look ahead at the Student Success Gallery Week 8 to read some sample Writing Project 2 drafts, and this will give you a good sense of what your project is going to be like. For task 5.3, you're going to be watching some lens videos. I would like you to watch one or more of the videos below. You are not required to watch all of them. I would watch at least a couple though, just to give you some options. You may watch, for instance, Killing Us Softly and decide that you don't really want to write about the same things that she is talking about. So if you only watch one video, you'll kind of be painting yourself into a corner. So I would watch 2 or 3 of the videos just to give yourself some options. Each video below focuses on representation of gender and or race in mass media. Remember that you'll choose one or more videos this week to serve as a lens through which you'll analyze 2 media images of your choosing. So you get to select the video from the lists here, and you'll also get to choose 2 images that you're going to analyze in your project. To do a good job on writing project 2, you'll need to develop a strong working knowledge of the ideas presented in the video or videos that you chose. So be sure to take good notes as you watch those videos. And notice that written transcripts for some of the videos are available above. If you have trouble accessing the videos, you may need to use a different browser or update your browser. You can also call the Columbus State Help Desk for help with any technical problems you may encounter. And as a content warning, because these videos are about media representation, the content has the potential to elicit strong feelings and reactions from viewers. Before choosing videos, you can read summaries of them by downloading the video summaries file above. This first video, Killing Us Softly 4 by Gene Kilborn, is very good. I've seen it many times at this point, lost track of how many. It primarily focuses on gender and mainly on how women are represented in images and in advertisements. One of the other videos, Tough Guys 2 by Jackson Katz, also focuses on gender, but it focuses more on toxic masculinity and male violence. Bring On the Female Superheroes by Christopher Bell is about, as the title suggests, female superheroes, so it's also focusing on gender. Horror Noir, A History of Black Horror by Xavier Bergen. Its primary focus is on race, and again, as the title suggests, it focuses on black horror. Confessions of a D-Girl, Colorism and Global Standards of Beauty by, I forget the exact pronunciation of this woman's name, Chika Okoro. I apologize if I'm mispronouncing that. She talks about the idea of different skin tones, specifically as it applies to black women, I believe, if I remember correctly. And she talks about how women with darker skin tones are often not as like quote unquote desired by the media. And that when like selecting women in women of color in roles for ads and movies, women with lighter skin tones tend to be what is preferred. In this video, Race and Advertising by Jeff Selby. This also focuses on racial stereotypes in advertisements. Lots of good stuff here. All of the videos are interesting, and it's just up to you to pick whatever you are most interested in writing about. For task 5.4, you're going to make your Wednesday discussion post. For this post, I'd like you to summarize one key idea or concept from any of the videos you watched and give at least one example from the video to illustrate that key idea / concept, and be sure to specify which video you are referring to. Examples of some key concepts: dismemberment, cool pose, racial equity lens, token character, public pedagogy, and plenty more. As much as possible, try not to repeat a key concept that someone else has already written about. Be sure to read through your classmates' posts before responding. Task 5.5, you're going to find some images to analyze for writing project 2. You can use Google or really any other means that you want to acquire your images. You can also use images from actual print magazines or newspapers, things that you just come across while online. You can use billboards that you come across. So basically everything is fair game as long as it is an advertisement. I will say, though, you will need to cite your images. So whatever you choose, you'll need to be able to create an MLA citation for it. So when you find an image, make sure that you know where you found that image, and I would take notes about who published it, what website it was found on, etc. This right here, this is the Library of Congress Prints and Photographs online catalog. That can be a good place to look for images. Here we have a collection of historical ads from Duke University, and then the Vintage Ad Browser is just a collection of vintage ads. Some helpful hints for finding images. The assignment says the images you choose must be ones that were produced by an actual legitimate company and circulated in mainstream media for real commercial purposes. That's a little bit of a mouthful, but it's very important. So you can't use fake advertisements, you can't use ads from companies that aren't real. Also, the ads that you select need to be very clearly selling something. Now, even if that's like selling an idea, that could work. And I'll be taking a look at your images and letting you know if I see any issues with them. But it is easiest for this project if you select images that are very clearly selling a product. Let's see here. You cannot choose images that have already been discussed in the videos or in the sample papers on Blackboard. So you must find your own images. You cannot reuse someone else's images. Students also tend to have more success with this project if they choose still images as opposed to videos. A video is actually, thousands of images, all moving in quick succession. And videos by nature, there's a lot more for you to analyze, a lot more for you to dissect. And so it becomes a little bit more complicated and a little bit more labor intensive. This project is easier if you just choose single still images. You'll need to submit your chosen images this week. So when you find images that are interesting to you, please be sure to save them to your computer or other device. If you choose images from actual print magazines, you'll need to scan or photograph them so that you do have electronic copies. Number 3, before you begin searching for images, please reread the assignment description to remind yourself of what the project is and what your goals are. Next, since the primary goal in Project 2 is to apply ideas from lens videos, and since the videos focus on representations of people, be sure to find images that have actual people in them, or at least people-like characters. You'll have more success with this assignment if your images actually have people in them. For number 5, try to find 2 images that have something in common. So maybe they're both movie posters for similar types of movies. Maybe they're ads for the same product, but different ad campaigns in different magazines. Try not to choose 2 images that have nothing to do with each other. Again, this project will be easier if you choose images that are clearly related in some way. If you want, you can choose images from 2 different time periods and compare them. That is a common approach that people take for this assignment. I know that's a lot of information. But be sure to keep those things in mind as you're selecting your images. It always stinks when students select a couple of images and it turns out the images don't work very well for this project, and then they essentially have to start over. So we want to avoid you having to do that. After you've decided on the images you're going to use, you're going to write out responses to the questions below. First of all, what specific images have you chosen? Are they ads, billboards, movie posters, something else? Where did you find these images? And don't just say Google Images. You need to provide a specific site. Do these images actually portray people in some way? Do these images have something in common, and explain what the commonality is? Off the top of your head, name at least one idea from the lens text that you think applies to these images, and briefly explain how that idea applies. Be specific about which lens text you are referring to. And overall, why have you chosen these particular images? Task 5.7, you're going to make your Friday discussion post. Read through your classmates' posts from Wednesday and write responses to at least 2 of them. Try to provide additional examples to support or even contradict the lens text concepts summarized in your classmates' posts. Try especially to provide examples based on ads or other images you've come across this week as a part of your own research. And then finally, you're going to submit your week 5 work. This week, you're going to be submitting all of the writing that you did for task 5.6, which is those prompts that I just walked you through. And you're also going to submit copies of the 2 images that you have selected. I will then give you feedback on the images. If I see any issues with your images, if I think you will have a hard time writing about them, I will be sure to let you know. So make sure that you check the feedback that you receive on this particular assignment. That is all for this week. This video, I imagine, is probably a little bit longer than what my videos typically are. So hopefully it's not information overload. If you have any questions for me, feel free to let me know, and I will do my best to help you out.